My name is Jacob. Hello, nice to meet you. I have autism, so if you talk during my set, it is a hate crime. Yeah, I will report you. I have immediate access to the police. It's a fun time. I like having autism. Some people are like, but I don't know. I like having it. I don't think it affects me that much, but then other people are like, man, he looks uncomfortable. So, it's kind of some people ask me, like, how is it having autism? Dude, I don't know, man, try it, all right? I don't know, go get a vaccine, you know? Yeah. I'm the only one allowed to make that joke, by the way. All right? I do, every time I say that joke, I get a little scared because I know somebody in the audience one day is gonna go, whoa, yeah, you're right, and I have to kill that guy. I have to put him to death and then marry his family, because I can't leave his family abandoned. I will raise them on QAnon though. Why not? Just for fun, just to test it out. I like having autism. I have what's called autistic inertia, which I know sounds like I travel at the speed of autism, but he's so fast! But what it actually means is that I can't stop doing a task if I'm in the middle of doing a task. Like it's just my brain works that I have to finish it, which normally doesn't affect me unless I'm jerking off in public. What are you gonna do? When you're at Ross, dress for less, you know? Sir, please, not in the pillows. Oh, but they're so good and so well priced. That's fun. I will say autistic inertia has affected me in one real life way, where I work at a rock climbing gym, because I'm super cool. And at one point I was at the computer printing something, and then a woman in the gym broke her ankle, and I was the only one in the gym who was working that day. And I had to help her, but I was printing something. So, this is a true story. She's fine now, she's fine. But for those few minutes, she had to wait until I hit double-sided. 100%. That is a thing I am ashamed of. You can't explain that to a woman as her ankle's broken, she's crying. Like, I'm so sorry, I have autistic inertia. I know it sounds like I travel at the speed of autism. She's like, are you doing your bit right now? Yeah. All right, that's fun. I will say that I don't normally tell people I'm autistic, so be cool about it, all right? But I will say that I do like giving little hints, like autistic little breadcrumbs, where it's like if people piece it together, they're like, aha, So for example, one day at work, two of my coworkers, they were talking about birthdays, and the thing is that I know everybody's birthday, like it's a thing with me. And one of them to the other goes, hey, what's my birthday? And from across the room, I wasn't even in the conversation, I went, it's September 13th! And then they were like, what? And then I started listing off everybody's birthdays one at a time, and then I started listing off the days they're gonna die! Because I know that, all right? I was born with that information, July 3rd, all right? Sorry, man. Also, I don't want to give any spoilers, but it's gonna be pretty gay, all right? However you interpret that is how you interpret that. I don't know, autism's silly. A lot of people take it very seriously, but it's fun. I will say that autism saved my life, because I grew up in a pretty rough home, and my sister, to cope with it, turned to drugs. But I turned to Yu-Gi-Oh! Where she was like going down dark alleys to buy meth, and I was just like, oh my god, I need a Blue Eyes White Dragon. We were both chasing our own dragons. Oh, I'm so clever. Oh, I'm so smart. Welcome in, talking about cum. All right, anyway. That's not true. I'm talking about autism, which is even more sexy. Anyway. So, oh my god, that guy has autism. I will say, by the way, I will say that I was on stage once, and I told an audience I have autism, and a woman in the audience went, "Aw," and I was like, "You said that like I got less attractive," and she was like, "You did." Yeah. Which then I said, "How do you not have autism?" Right? She did not appreciate that. I will say, I know for a fact that I am like an average 6, but I'm an autism 9. Like, When you figure out I have autism, you're like, this guy is crushing. It's fun. Dude, the thing is that this is actually a statistical thing, is that autistic people like people are just more rude to autistic people, even if you don't know they're autistic. It's just a natural thing. I don't know what it is. I guess we're superior, but it's just fear in your mind. Just, he will overcome me. I will come on you. Anyway, riff, baby. Anyway, but I was on stage once, and a woman. I was like talking to the crowd, and a woman goes, "How many kids do you have?" And keep in mind, I'm 26, and I don't have children because I'm smart. And I was like, "I don't have kids. How old do you think I am?" She was like, "Oh, pretty old." And I was like, "Excuse me?" And then I was like, to the rest of the audience, I was like, "Do I really look that old?" And a woman in the very back went, "No, you look young. You look like a baby." To which the first woman turned to her and said, "You're back there. You can't see how old he looks." Which is just, so I killed that lady, just to get rid of her. It's fun. It's fun. I was talking about Yu-Gi-Oh. I forgot. I did grow up in a pretty rough home life, but like a lot of people like get sad about it. But there's so many funny things that were happening just because of my mom. Like, for example, my mom pretended to abandon me once. Like, which, again, sounds dark, but trust me, it is funny. Because at one point, we went on vacation to Savannah, Georgia, which is not a vacation, that is just a different location. And then, at one point, we went to a Walmart, and she was buying a pack of cigarettes, and I was 9 years old, and I had just learned that cigarettes are bad. So I was like, "Mom, cigarettes are bad." And she went, "Shut up, pussy." You know, because, like, I was being very pussy-esque, you know? And then we start arguing, we're going out to the car, and then I go, "Mom, if you start smoking cigarettes, I'm gonna hate you." And she went, "Jacob, I want you to go put the shopping cart away and think about what you just said to me." And as I go to put the shopping cart away, my mom does the sickest peel out I've ever seen. And then she pulls out of the parking lot, and I see her car drive on the highway. She finally pulls back into the parking lot, pulls up to me and goes, "Did you learn your lesson?" And I went, "Oh my God, give me a cigarette. Jesus Christ. Oh my God." You had a shocked face there, by the way. I want to point that out. It's okay. I'm alive. I don't hate my mom. She's chill. She's fat now, so, you know, I could take her. Yeah. She doesn't have power over me. I'm thin and young. Full of cum. All right. I'm a weird guy. Yeah. It's fun. It's fun. I will say that having autism, you make a lot of social mistakes because it is a social disability. Like, I don't realize I'm being rude when I'm being rude, right? So, like, I can give you an example. When I was in high school, as I thought was a bit between me and a friend, every day I told him to kill himself for 4 years. Which, hey, a few shocked faces. He's alive. He's okay. He's good. He's working at Five Below, all right? He's great, all right? He's crushing it, okay? Can afford anything under $4.99. So anyway, I did that, and I'll tell you the reason, okay? So first day of high school, he and I have class together. He makes a joke. It does terribly, all right? He's not me. He's not crushing every day, all right? So then it does bad, and as a joke, to like liven it up, I turn to him and I go like, "Oh, you know what would help that embarrassment?" He's like, "What?" And I said, "If you killed yourself." And then he laughed, because that's ridiculous. That's not gonna help. That's stupid, right? So he laughed, he got it. Then he started doing this really sad walk to play with the bit, and in my head I was like, this is our bit now. So then every day I would tell him, "Kill yourself," and he would do the sad walk, and I would laugh. Oh. And the thing you need to know about autistic people is that we love repetition. So I was not getting sick of this at all. This was my favorite thing. And then I remember my girlfriend at the time was friends with him, and it was senior year, and she was texting him, and I was like, "Oh, tell him that I love him. That guy's great." And she's like, "You like him?" And I went, "Yeah, I love that guy. We have our bit where I tell him to kill himself, and he does the sad walk." And then she goes, "You know he doesn't like coming to school because of you." And I was like, that's not part of the bit. That's new to me. So then I had to go apologize to him, and as I was apologizing to him, I was like, dude, I'm so sorry, I thought it was a bit. And he goes, you thought it was a bit to every day tell me to kill myself? And I was like, well, if you say it in that cadence, yes. And then I remember I told him, I was like, dude, I'm so sorry. I feel so awful. I kind of want to kill myself. And he went, haha, the tables have turned. It's a fun little story. Thank you, Mello, for the light and the picture. And I was taking the picture, of course. I will end on this here. Actually, maybe I'll do another. I don't know. I will say that my mom, when I was growing up, she tried to kill herself, which I know. Thank you for the chuckle on that one. You remembered she's fat. You get it. But my mom, she tried to kill herself, and she didn't do it. But I remember I didn't find out until like months later when my sister walked up to me and she was like, "Hey Jacob, you remember when Mom was gone for like 2 weeks?" And I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Well, she was in the hospital because she tried to kill herself." And I was like, "Oh my Jesus, oh my what?" And then my sister goes, "Yeah, so maybe we should do our chores." All right, I won't end on that. Come on, I'm not ending on that. I'll end on this. This is super quick. All right, I hate coffee drinkers. I do. You guys are so arrogant. I know, big tonal change here, but trust me. I hate coffee drinkers because you're arrogant, dude. Okay, I have a friend who loves coffee, and the other day he was walking with a cup of coffee, no lid on this coffee. So I was like, "Hey dude, get a lid." And he goes, "I don't need a lid, all right?" Next step, he burned himself, his hands, his face, everything, because I tripped him. If you're arrogant, I will punish you. All right.